To get into any company, you have to usually pass an audition first. There are several types of auditions, but the legendary Saturday Open Auditions is one of the, if not the most difficult audition to pass in K-pop. But what is this audition all about? SM Entertainment is one of the companies that has basically made K-pop into the industry that it is today. It's the home of many popular groups and soloists, and it has served as the reference book for many other companies. They're also known for having the most outstanding vocalists, dancers, and visuals in the industry, so it's no wonder that whenever people want to audition to become an idol, their first choice of a company is usually SM Entertainment. That's why they had to come up with a system to filter through the auditionees, and that's how they came up with the Saturday Open Audition. The audition started in the late 1990s and are still going on to this day. All the aspiring idols can audition through global auditions that are held every couple of years, or through Saturday Open Auditions that are held every week. Global auditions have especially become pretty popular in recent years since agencies are looking to expand their reach in the West and want to include artists who speak various languages. But since these auditions are not held that often, it causes people to wait for them even more since they feel more exclusive, but the weekly auditions are actually the hardest to pass. There's nothing in particular about the audition process at Saturday Open Auditions that makes them so different from other auditions. The audition is basically the same as every audition, so what makes it so impossible to pass? The thing is, when a trainee gets scouted by the label's casting agents or even casted through a private audition, the company already has an idea what they want to do with the trainee. Even with global auditions, the auditions are pretty exclusive since people don't really get the chance to travel all the way to South Korea to audition for SM Entertainment. Things change when it comes to the Saturday Open Audition. Since the audition is on the weekend, people don't have to go to school or work, so the number of attendees automatically rises. There's also no age limit for the people who are trying in, even though the judges will probably weed out the ones who are too young and the ones who are too old to debut. So this means that thousands and thousands of people show up every weekend at the SM Entertainment building to try out and give their best shot in order to debut. These are all people who are extremely talented at their field, and you have to beat all of them to even get into a second audition, and that's a hard process in itself. Since there are so many people trying out at the same time, the auditionees only have very limited time to get the attention of the judges. There have even been rumors that Lee Soo-man himself, the CEO of the company, attends these auditions from time to time, so I have to tell you, the pressure is real. Then comes the hardest part. Out of those thousands of auditions, SM ends up choosing only 100 trainees or so for the second audition, which means the chances of even getting a second shot at this are dangerously low. Passing the audition, getting picked as a trainee for one of the biggest entertainment companies in South Korea, and debuting in one of their groups through the Saturday Open Audition is an incredibly big deal since the competition is so tight. That explains why in the 22 years that the auditions have been held, a ton of people have been able to pass it, but only 7 active idols have been able to debut as idols in SM groups. So who are these idols? Heat's whole story of how he passed the Saturday Open Audition is actually quite popular amongst fans. He also made history by being the first trainee who passed the audition and was able to establish his career as an idol, a pretty popular one at that. At the famous Saturday Open Auditions, where judges are ruthless in their picking, he made a grave mistake by showing up 30 minutes late. This normally would have been a deal breaker for the staff, but they still let him perform. Then the whole thing got even stranger because not only was Hee-chul late to the screening, but showed his skills by singing the national anthem and then danced to an HOT song. Yeah, that really sounds like Hee-chul. It's no wonder that he secured a spot as an SM Entertainment trainee because of his stunning visuals and potential. The potential was truly there because in 2005, 4 years after joining SM, Hee-chul ended up debuting as a Super Junior member. Even to this day, 13 years after his debut, Hee-chul is one of the biggest and most popular idols, so SM can rest easy knowing that they made the right pick. Yuna's story of how she passed the Saturday Open Audition is just as interesting. She passed the audition in 2002, but she wasn't even supposed to audition. Yuna only went there to accompany one of her friends who wanted to try out, but thankfully a staff member thought she was the one auditioning and gave her a number. This gave Yuna no time to prepare, but she did what she does best, perform like her rent is due. She sang Wax's Please and also danced to Britney Spears' hit song Oops, I Did It Again. She got in with one of the highest scores in the history of the company, so you know that everything went well at least. She debuted as a member of Girls' Generation, one of the biggest girl groups in the history of K-pop in 2007. Pretend to be shocked when I tell you that one of the most talented idols in the entirety of the industry, Taemin, had an equally legendary audition. He auditioned in 2005, and at the time, the judges instructed all the auditioners to dance while trying to stay behind a white line while dancing. He stepped over the white line anyways, and while this was technically a violation of the rules and in different different circumstances he should have been scolded, he still managed to impress the judges with his incredible dancing skills, enough for them to turn a blind eye to this. It also earned him his pass to become the legendary dancer we know and love today. It's no wonder that Seulgi is also on the list of idols that passed this infamous audition. She passed the Saturday Open auditions in 2006 when she was only in 6th grade, which makes this story all the more impressive. Her father submitted an application for her, and her audition song was Lee Ji-hoon's song Doll, which she nailed. She became a trainee a year after passing the audition, but her talents and skills were pretty well known in the company. Idols like SHINee and FX members were all impressed by her. She debuted with Red Velvet in 2014. It was also rumored that Yeri joined the company through the Saturday Open audition when she was only in 5th grade. After the audition, she was offered by the judges to join the 2010 SM Global Auditions in Seoul and managed to pass it, officially making her an SM trainee. The second round, though, can be considered as more of a confirmation for the judges, but even before she attended the audition, she had already secured her spot as a trainee. I don't know why her story doesn't get mentioned more often, though. 7 whole years after Seulgi's audition, NCT's Haechan managed to become the 5th idol who passed the Saturday Open audition. He tried out for SM in 2013 after his mom encouraged him to audition. Auditioning for the biggest entertainment company in Korea made him super nervous, but he still gave it his all. He was able to sing lots of songs including Hello by Haguk and Son Sung-yeon's Ugly Duckling. His heavenly vocals were enough to convince the judges that he was the right person to debut in NCT, since it took only a week for the company to call him back and confirm that he was officially an SM entertainment trainee. His bandmate Jungwoo's story is a mix of the others. Jungwoo showed up to the Saturday Open auditions because his friend had asked to accompany him. His friend also auditioned but didn't make the cut while Jungwoo did. Just like Heechul, it's been rumored that Jungwoo also sang the national anthem for his audition, which makes his story all the more iconic. Obviously, he was successful as he got to debut with NCT in 2018. The last known idol to have passed the Saturday audition is aespa's Giselle. In 2019, Giselle attended the audition and later on became the 7th idol to pass it. To show her rapping skills, she performed NCT's song Cherry Bomb and left quite an impression on the judges when she rapped Mark's part in the song. Her training period was quite short too compared to the others. She only trained for 10 months before debuting in aespa, though some people don't really believe in the story and think that Giselle got into the company another way. More specifically, they think that she got in through her connections. There have been some rumors flying around that Giselle's aunt is a famous reporter who was dating none other than Lee Soo-man, the CEO and founder of SM Entertainment. The rumors also say that Lee Soo-man is so in love with her that he bought her a villa worth millions as a gift. Not only that, but the speculations say that Lee Soo-man took Giselle into the company as a favor to his rumored girlfriend, and that the Saturday Open audition story is all a cover-up to make things less suspicious. But as far as everyone is concerned, Giselle passed that audition with her own talents and efforts, and that those are just some disgusting rumors to undermine everything she has worked for to this day. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!